and then used its magical powers to go back in time and change history. This world, our surroundings, are not what they appear to be. Things are not as they should be, as they were destined to be. As you may know.
So this is DX Plays Daikatana. This is version 1.3 patched. This is not the retail version of the game. This is not the version that you guys know. This is certainly not the N64 version of the game. This is a community patched version that is a bit better, I would say, you know, than what was released. And it shows. It's pretty obvious. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of levels of the game. And I'm going to talk about why this game is very, very difficult to like. It has some great in it. It has a lot of bad in it as well. So let's just go with medium difficulty. And let's take a look at this great, 10-minute long cutscene.
Pardon the interruption, Miyamoto-san. There is a visitor waiting outside. Refuses to identify himself. Will only speak to the proprietor of the school. Also, Tanaka-san left a message earlier complaining about the injuries to his son.
I should have stayed in bed. Let me guess, Miho. It's my landlord at the door, right?
He has 2 polygons for a nose.
Like I said, the visitor would not give his name.
Did Mishima-san send you? Tell him I'll have his money by...
I can assure you that I am not here on Mishima's behalf. My name is Toshiro Ebihara.
You want to learn to sword fight? Great. You're a bit older than my usual clientele, but it's never too late to.
No, no, please, you misunderstand.
Look, if you're asking for some donation...
Perhaps, if you would allow me to explain, Miyamoto-san, you need only spare me a few moments.
Go on.
Not here. They may be watching.
They? They who?
Come, let's take a stroll. I promise you it will be worth your time. Centuries ago, the shogunate Mishima ruled over our people with an iron fist and a bloody sword. The only opposition came from the Ebihara clan, a group of warriors dedicated to overthrowing the brutal regime. For years, the Mishimas tried to rid themselves of the Ebihara without success. After years of frustration, the ruthless leader of the Mishimas came up with a plan. Disguising his true intent, Osaka Mishima hired a legendary swordmaster to create the ultimate weapon, the Daikatana. This legendary master was Usagi Miyamoto, your ancestor. Renowned for his warrior skills, his love of swordplay led him to become an expert swordsmith as well. It was not until the blade was completed that Usagi realized Osaka's malevolent nature. Through the power of the sword, he was able to foresee the fate that awaited mankind should Mishima ever take control of the Daikatana. Usagi refused to hand the powerful weapon over to the Mishimas. Instead, he offered it to the shogunate's nemesis, Inshiro Ebihara, but only on the condition that it be returned to him after the evil Mishimas had been vanquished. In an epic battle atop Mount Fujiya, Inshiro used the awesome might of the Daikatana to decimate Mishima's legions. Thousands died on that battlefield, but Mishima was finally overthrown. Convinced that the mystic sword was too powerful to be wielded by mere mortals, Usagi threw the Daikatana into the heart of the raging volcano.
So you want me to create another Daikatana?
No, that's not necessary. I am one of Inshiro's direct descendants. Hard as it may be for you to believe, I was once a very wealthy man with the vast resources at my disposal. I funded an expedition to uncover the long-lost Daikatana from the bowels of the dormant volcano.
Let's assume for a second that I believe any of this. What's the big deal? The Daikatana is still just a sword like any other, right?
Wrong. Legend has it that the Daikatana contains many secrets, even the ability to warp time and space. You see, the fabric of time is a delicate thing, and Usagi bestowed the sword with certain time-wandering capabilities, which have been used to alter our own perceptions of reality.
Right.
The man you know as Kagi Mishima, a descendant of the evil Osaka, found out about the discovery of the Daikatana before I even had a chance to examine the ancient artifact. He stole the sword and then used its magical powers to go back in time and change history. This world, our surroundings, are not what they appear to be. Things are not as they should be, as they were destined to be. As you may know, the mutagenic Marburg pox filovirus, more commonly known as MMP, first cropped up at the tail end of the millennium. Kagi claims that the Mishima family came up with a cure for the MMP virus back in the year 2030. Those claims are false. The truth is that the original creator of a vaccine...
Oh, this shit is still going?
Tatsuo Ibihara, another of my ancestors. With the Daikatana
This is the
in his
longest
possession,
intro cutscene
Kagi
ever.
was able to travel back through time and steal the cure from Tatsuo, making it his own.
I take it that that's how Kage accumulated the funds to finance his vast empire.
That's right. Of course, Mishima only gives out the cure to those he desires to have it.
I'm sorry, but I don't see what you need from me.
It's about my daughter. From the moment of her birth, I trained my daughter Mikiko how to wield the Daikatana in case it were ever discovered. Several weeks ago, she followed Kagi in an attempt to retrieve the stolen sword. I have not heard from her since. I fear she is being held captive by Mishima.
If you think this is bad now, the N64 version of this has no speech and it's all text.
Yes.
It's just text at the bottom of the screen.
You must find the Daikatana so that history can be changed back to the way it was.
Neat story, Toshiro. But I'm not quite sure I buy it. Even if I did, I'm just a guy teaching kids how to fight with a sword.
No, you are the descendant of Usagi Miyamoto. Embrace your heritage and...
Who the...
There is nothing you can do for me, hero. But find my daughter and the Daikatana.
I can't just...
Shh, say nothing. When the death collectors come to get my body, steal away inside the coffin. It will get you inside Mishima's fortress. The rest is up to you.
But...
You are the bloodline hero. I know you will do the right thing. Thank you.
This game sucks.
bump ahead. Odds or even? Even. How many we lose? Only 4 this time. Looks like my rock calling out. Too bad for you. Damn.
Okay, let's just talk about the intro cutscene for a second. Here's the concept of Daikatana. There was a sword made a long time ago that can bend time. You can communicate that in a minute. I mean, it was cool to watch for about 2 minutes, and then they have to talk about how the guy's bending time and altering reality, and the guy's daughter. I don't know. The setup for this is bad. The setup is just terrible. And this level, this is one of the worst first levels of any game. No, this is the worst first level of any game I have ever played in my life. It is just so bad. There are so many terrible design decisions here. This weapon is the first one. This weapon is the first one right here. And we're about to see the second one in a second. Here we go. I can already hear it, man. I can already hear the fucking flies and the frogs, man. Okay, so in this game, you can hear enemies from several million miles away, and that's basically all you hear in this game. Yeah, this game has a really cool soundtrack, but you're not going to be hearing that soundtrack. What you're going to be doing is hearing and then the fucking frogs the entire level until you get to the mechs, in which case you will start hearing the mechs, 30 miles away, through doors. I just don't know what they were thinking. Based on a John Romero interview I saw, he builds his first levels last, so all the experience of having made the game can shine through immediately to the player. This game, I don't know what went on with the first level. This feels like the 7th level, and a really terrible 7th level as well. This does not feel like the first level of the game. Number one, because what am I doing in this level? I'm shooting flies and I'm shooting frogs. That's all you do in this. That's all you do in this level. There's some alligators here and there, but it's mostly, as you're about to see in this segment here, it's mostly just fucking frogs. I don't know what was going on, and you just saw a glob of green there. This game is terrible for a couple different reasons at times, and there we go with all. There, I'm poisoned. Great, I'm poisoned. Exceptional gameplay here. So I have to pause the game. I can't talk about it as the game is playing because it's just too terrible. This game has a really, really bad habit of taking everything literally. So frogs are poisonous, so they poison you and you take damage. Doors will close on their own, and if you're in the middle of a door, you're going to take damage. Weapons can hurt you. Your own weapon hurts you. The first weapon you pick up, and even the second weapon you pick up, hurts you. The second weapon is a fucking C4 launcher, which it just will insta-gib you if you're anywhere near it. It's very hard to describe. It's almost like it's in the context of reality, which means that everything you do in this game is not going to be influenced by the things in the game. It's just going to be influenced by whatever somebody thinks is realistic for the situation. It's just terrible. Not to mention, this level fails. We're gonna get back into the game here. This level fails at a very basic fucking thing here. Why is everything green and brown, and then the enemies are green and brown? I can barely see the fucking frogs. I can barely see the frogs, man. You can barely see the frogs in the water. All you can hear are the audio cues for the frogs. That's basically the extent of what you can hear in this game. Like, you would think, and here's the secret. This game has secrets, which is really interesting. It's such a poorly made game by such a good team, right? Like, there were so many talented people working on this that you think to yourself, how does this game end up being this bad, considering the amount of people who worked on it and what they had worked on before? It's a very strange dynamic. The idea behind this gun that we're using right now is that you can use this thing to ricochet and shoot enemies from, different places, and I'm trying to do it here, but the gun doesn't want to work in the way it's intended to in most situations. There are definitely some situations where you can use the ricochet to actually damage enemies, and it works really, really well. This is not one of them, and the reason it doesn't work very well, just look at this. So it doesn't leave any ricochet mark indicating where it's gonna go, and even when it ricochets somewhere else, it doesn't leave another ricochet mark. So it's very hard to gauge the trajectory of where your thing is actually going, because it doesn't give you any feedback as to where it's actually going. Now here's the flies again. So the flies, I don't know if it's going to come across very well on the video. The flies are very, very, very small. They have a very small profile, and it's very hard to shoot them because you almost need pinpoint accuracy to shoot them. Compare this to the flies in Unreal, which are gigantic. Like, their heads are massive. And also, the first weapon you get in Unreal is also a projectile weapon. So, I just don't understand. And that, of course, came out before this. Buzz, 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 buzz. I fucking hate the flies in this game. I also hate the frogs. I just don't really, like, understand what would drive you in a game to have your first enemy be flies and frogs. I get you're in a swamp, right? But you made the decision to have the character in a swamp for the first level. Oh, and by the way, man. So, we've talked about how this can hurt you. The ricochet can hurt you. It's a bad first weapon and all that. You can't fire this weapon underwater because it will hurt you. I don't know who... Again, that's the thing. This game takes everything very literally. So, of course, firing an electric weapon underwater would damage you in real life. I'm sure it would. But that doesn't make for very fun gameplay. Yeah, we're definitely in Florida. This is not actually a futuristic wasteland. This is Florida. I can go outside and see this right now. So, one of the cool things about this game is that it is still id Tech. So, you have your strafe hopping and everything. It's really cool. However, the problem is that the game, the single player, let me differentiate the two. The single player doesn't really put that to use at all. I'm sure if you're very creative, it can, but it's not readily available the same way it is in the multiplayer. Which is a shame, because I think some of the mechanics in this game, such as the air control, are really, really refined, and I will say it, maybe even superior to some of the, original id games. I also hate the buzzing sound because I think there's a fly or bee right next to me while watching the stream. Well, that's the thing. It's like you hear this and you think there's oh god, where's the bee? Where's the buzzing? Where's the buzzing coming from? By the way, this game has a run button. It's very not talked about, but this game has shift to run. You see how you're walking here? Like this is normal pace for an older shooter. Which is, comparing it to like Unreal or anything like that, Half-Life, it's a moderate pace, right? You'd think that always run is probably already on. No, this is how you run. You run considerably faster when you're pressing shift. It's crazy. It's just such a strange thing to have in the game. Daikatana, clearly ahead of the curve on the modern military trend that would come like, I don't know, 8 years after it came out. See, like, this is not what I want to be doing in a first-person shooter. In the first level, right? I do not want to be hurting flies, training enemies like this. This is not fucking COD zombies. Enemies that, are very loud and obnoxious. I mean, just take a look at the sound profile. I'm not going to say anything here. Just tell me what you hear. That is a very, very persistent thing in this game. You will not actually hear things. You will just hear noise. The game is just full of noise. The game is so full of noise to the point where the weapon firing is completely drowned out by just the things in the game. The alarm, the buzzing of the flies, the ambient noise. It's just too much. Oh no, you can already hear the frogs. Okay. Only Daikatana would start you out in a corridor with poisonous frogs, and I wonder if just like anyone asked themselves at any point during the development of this game, it's like, do we want to shoot frogs and flies for the entire level? Because the second level introduces, oh no, the second level introduces hit scan enemies, and they're really a pain in the ass to deal with. Okay, that's that thing again. Bunny hopping does not work to your advantage, because here's the thing. You're not offensive in this game. You are defensive. That's one of the main issues with this level. You are not an offensive entity in this space. You are a defensive entity because everything fucking comes to you. You do not come to it. There it is. I don't get this game, man. I don't understand. Now, you can just run through this part of the game here. You do not actually have to fight anything here, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I am not intent on fighting anything else in this level. There's another frog there, and fucking morons have collision, so you can't get past them. Regularly in this game, you will have NPCs that are in front of things that you need to access, and they will not move, and you cannot tell them to move either. So you are forced to kill them. It is such a shitty design decision. Now here, I don't have to actually do any of this. I'm just gonna go here. Yeah, see ya. Eat my dick. Now, I'm gonna do you guys a favor, and I am just going to skip the next 2 levels, because trust me on this, they are some of the worst this game has to offer. The marsh and the sewer system, they're horrendous. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna save it solitary, or I'm gonna go to solitary. Okay, so the second weapon you get in this game is a C4 launcher that can kill you instantly. The radius is not very well defined, and of course, because this game takes everything so literally, you are in its own radius. So it can be activated by anyone. Enemies, you. It's very terrible design. Of course, they're going to start pre-firing me here. I don't know how that guy survived. There is a weapon you find in this level called the Sidewinder, which is a double barrel rocket launcher, which is pretty good. There's a robot here. Yep. This game loves to do that. It loves to just place... Of course, I would take damage from that. It loves to place enemies at doorways. Of course, now, I cannot actually go over here again without triggering that. Okay, so this game has a variety of secrets. We're actually going to go try to find the Sidewinder. You have to come all the way up here. And then very, very slowly, you have to crouch your way to this pipe here. What the fuck? Who's shooting me? Oh. That's another thing about this game. You rarely know where you're being shot from. Enemies have hit scan, but they are not actually... They don't have any tracer rounds to them, so it's very difficult to actually see where you're being shot from. There we go. Okay, so this is one of the more interesting secrets in this game. This game has a lot of secrets. You also get the plasteel armor down there, but I believe you get the Sidewinder weapon here, which is the most important thing. Yeah, there we go. Sidewinder. Now, if we hit this interact button, that will destroy that over there, or it should, and then, yeah, we get more plasteel armor. So the game's secrets are cool. The secret hunting is probably the most fun part of this game, undoubtedly. Now, this is supposed to break. More hurting NPCs. You get invisibility here. See, it's another cool thing. Okay, so this area hurts you. You have to get out of here very quickly because you're taking damage. So you get the shot cycler shells, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But you also get invisibility. It's so cool. There's so many cool things implemented in this game. Now, if you want to... See? They don't see you at all. I do not want to get screwed by this and that. You have to shoot that. You found a secret. I found some more Sidewinder rockets. So it's like this game had the potential to be so cool, right? That is the shotgun. This insta-gives even these guys. It's so cool. Okay, so there is a problem with the shotgun, though. You have to fire all your rounds in one burst. So it fires 6 shots in rapid succession. So you cannot disengage your fights with the shotgun. You can only engage, and if you... Yeah, see, like, you can't move. Like, you can't pop one shot and then move, because it's going to fire all 6 in rapid succession. Okay. This is a job for... Oh, fuck. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. It's over. All the weapons in this game, legitimately, all the weapons in this game are for use contextually. So, the shot cycler is for big enemies. The Sidewinder is for, you know, middle range enemies. The deflecting gun is for, you know, smaller enemies. it's not a game that lets you really have fun with its arsenal, because even setting aside the balance, it does not give you the amount of ammo required for you to have fun with a lot of the weapons. So, and it doesn't help that you have to find secrets to find ammo for some of these guns that you have to find to even, like, you had to find them in secret, and then you have to find the ammo for them in secret as well. It's just not very, it's not very well designed in that aspect at all. Which is why I've always said about this game, is that another secret? Holy shit. Another secret. That's so dope. And I just got some shot cycler shells. So I will say maybe in concept, it's interesting, but in execution, it's kind of just lackluster. Like I said, it's a very hard game to like. It shows its prowess. That guy just turned around. I didn't even know I was there. Okay, give me a second here. I think there's one. Okay, that we have to do this here. And this opens, and it should be a robot here. Yeah. Oh shit! You know what I just realized? The shot cycler pushes you back every time you fire it. That's so cool. Oh no! Not again! He just got gibbed instantly. This is a fun weapon. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this weapon. And maybe they were banking on this for some sort of, like, you know, maybe they were banking on this, but this game becomes more fun, and the weapons become more fun to use when you know where the enemies are. If you don't know where they are, it becomes an incredibly frustrating game. Oh fuck. See, that's bullshit. It's just complete bullshit. This game loves to do that. This game loves to shoot things where you're not actually shooting them. I think it must have to do with the collision on the actual C4 propellant itself. Of course, I had to kill that guy to use the actual console. So dumb, so bad. Now let's not die here. Actually, let's just save here. Why can I not save? I have save crystals. I have saved gems. I found 2 of them. What the fuck is this game? I'm not going crazy, right? I had save gems. Why isn't it letting me use them? Maybe because it's almost the end of the level. I don't know. It's just a weird game. Oh, Jesus. I love how the sound it plays like that guy getting gibbed, as if he's like entirely mechanical. You have to use a sidewinder on this. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to break this. Yeah. This game does a really bad job of... What the fuck is going on? This game really does a really bad job of doing this, to where, like, if you're supposed to... Oh, it's a switch. Stupid, stupid game, man. There we go, it explodes now. You still can't get over there. It's so loud, too. Fuck me. Oh. It's another stupid switch. Oh, man. Okay. There's 2 robots here, I think. I love the Sidewinder. It is probably my favorite gun in this game so far. Because the Shot Cycler, I don't like it because... Yeah, it fires cool and everything, but it propels you back because the game takes everything literally, like I've said 1,000 times. Also, it fires everything, so you can't really disengage in a fight. There's a robot at the top of this, I know because I can hear him. This game loves free damage. This game just loves unavoidable damage. I don't understand. I don't really get this game in that regard. Like, not taking damage is a skill. Right? Not taking damage is something that you do consciously. It's not something you waltz through a game, right? That's not what you do. They destroy that so I can get Superfly out, and I got the key card. Now, it's time to meet Superfly.
Man, you toasted those dudes, but good. Thanks.
Don't mention it. What the hell is that anyway?
Just another one of Mishima's toys. Some sort of heavy-duty torture device. Pretty nasty, huh? Now how about lending me a hand in opening my cell?
How about some information first?
Speak.
I'm looking for someone. She's only been locked up in here for a couple of weeks.
An Asian girl?
Yes, that's right. You've seen her?
Oh yeah. She's a hot little number. Feisty too. Gave Mishima's goons a run for their money before they finally chased her down.
Do you have any idea where they took her?
Sure do. High security defense wing. I'll show you if you want. Got some business of my own to take care of there.
What kind of business?
The killing kind. Got a score to settle with the boss man.
Looks like we're in the same line of work. Any ideas on how to get you out of that cell?
Access card behind the Mishima logo. You passed it on the way in. Just follow the power conduit and blow up the control box.
I feel like if this would have been the first level of the game, this game would be regarded much better. But that also assumes that the game shipped bug-free. If this game had shipped without all its issues, technical issues, and this would have been the first level, I feel like this game would have been received differently. Now, Superfly is a bad motherfucker when he gets a gun, but I don't even think he gets a gun until, like, the next level after this. For now, he just punches dudes. Holy shit, he's nuts.
Where to?
Our best bet is to cut across the crematorium.
You seem to know your way around here pretty well. Must have been in here a while, eh?
You could say that. I'm a former employee. Head Security Chief Superfly Johnson. At your service.
You worked here? Then why?
A pretty boy like you probably can't imagine the kind of crap that goes on behind closed doors. The constant torture and abuse of prisoners. Whacked out experiments to test folks' threshold of pain. Pretty sick, sadistic stuff. At first, I turned a blind eye. But eventually, I got fed up enough to speak out and confront my superiors. They rewarded me with a death sentence for what they labeled as insubordination and conspiracy against the state.
Figures. That seems to be the Mishima way.
Well, old Kage's about to get a taste of his own medicine. Because I aim to collect my severance in blood.
This is a very ambitious game. Very, very ambitious. Alright, so this is the first level Superfly gets a weapon. Yeah, just listen to the music here. Love that. Such a cool Easter egg to have in your game. Now, this level also demonstrates a really, 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 really big problem with this game. Is that when you open this doorway effectively becomes a chokehold. And it throws every enemy under the sun at you right here. So you got the guys right there, you got the frogs, you got the flies, you got the robots, you got the human enemies, you got the machines in the sky. And of course the door closes, so you can't just shoot them from here. Again, it's almost forcing you to play offense when the entire game so far has been playing, you know, defense or at least the first level was. It's really hard to do without the C4, I'm gonna be honest. It's doable, just not as fun. And you can hear... There's a turret up there as well. I just don't understand. Now, there's about 3 robots here, all making a shit ton of noise, in where you can't hear anything but the clanking. Still hit scan enemies here, and I can't see because the screen is so red. I'm going to die if I get hit again. Like I said, this game takes everything very literally. I'm not a fan of that at all. It's a video game. The levels are not built for this either. Okay. You know what's fun and stupid about this? Up here is barbed wire. If you get next to it, it hits you. And you take damage. You take damage because of the barbed wire. Such a stupid thing. It's a video game. Jesus. There's no point to having this here. And I'm almost certain that's why they put this healing station here. Because some fucker is going to brush up against the fence and get hurt. And then they're not going to understand what's happening and they need health. Like, imagine dying to this. Imagine you come to this confrontation here and you get past it, but there's so many enemies that you have like 1 health, or you have like 10 health maybe, and then you touch this and you die. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Pokemon Mario. You take damage from hitting the level boundaries. It's so stupid. Here's what this game does really, really terrible with its weaponry. I feel like in a good game, you should be able to use almost every weapon on any enemy. And that ain't the case here. That ain't the case in this game at all. Of course, it's so fucking dark, I can't even see these assholes. This bugged out on me before. It might do it again. So two are supposed to come out of here. And again, once again, this game forces you to kill NPCs, because the only way that this thing will come out of... What? Is this a bug? Every time I've played this before, every single time I have played this before, this does not come out until I kill this guy. What? What's going on in this game? This is terrible. Okay, I think we're nearing the end of this play because there's a bug here where Superfly cannot make it through this door. I have tried everything. He just doesn't give a shit. Does not care. Wait a minute, Superfly made it past the door. Holy shit. Oh my god, this is history in the making. I've never had Superfly make it past the door. That's crazy. Of course I would take damage. Of course. I fucking hate Daikatana. Oh no. You're gonna take damage here. Of course. Of course, that is the Daikatana way. Take damage no matter what you do. Why is that there? Who knows? Who could know? I'm surprised. Oh no, there are enemies here. I was about to say I'm surprised that there aren't enemies here when you jump and you get to the next encounter. Of course, there's some bullshit always, man. I like how the shotgun is... What the fuck? He already knows I'm here. By the way, I'm gonna take falling damage going into here.
What's up?
Can I even survive this? Why does the game put you in situations like this constantly, man? I'm dead. I'm done playing this game, dude. I'm done. He's just laughing. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm done playing Daikatana. This is... Goodbye, hero. Yeah, fuck this.